Hey everyone, welcome to Incoming. I'm Jenna.
I'm Laurel.
And I'm Jasmine.
Hi, and welcome to our podcast. I am one of the hosts. My name is Laurel. I'm 20 years old, and I'm from the Jersey Shore. Just a little bit about me and my background. Hopefully, I can work in the entertainment industry when I'm older. I want to write, direct, act, do everything. Some of my favorite things that I will probably be talking about on this podcast a little too much. My favorite artists are the Driver Era, Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, 5 Seconds of Summer, Billy Joel, Elton John, Fleetwood Mac, the Beatles, classics. TV shows, I love Glee, Julie and the Phantom, Survivor, and my favorite movie of all time is Almost Famous, and I will definitely be talking about that a little too much. So I just hope you're all prepared for that.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Right now, I'm currently studying and literally putting all my time towards a future hopeful career in music business, which has led me down the to the path of some of my favorite things in the whole entire world. My favorite music artists are the Driver Era, Ex Lovers, Harry Styles, and Machine Gun Kelly. If you haven't sensed already, there is a trend with our music artists. My favorite TV shows are That 70s Show, Julie and the Phantoms, Criminal Minds, and Modern Family, which I spend way too much time watching. I think I have dedicated too many hours of my time watching those TV shows. And then my favorite movies, I could talk for hours about these movies, are Crazy Rich Asians, Love Rosie, 10 Things I Hate About You, and Almost Famous. Shout out to Laurel for forcing me and Jenna to watch Almost Famous because it
You're
is
welcome.
fantastic. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me, and now I'm going to throw it over to Jenna.
Hello, I'm Jenna. I'm 18 and I'm from the Bay Area. I'm currently studying to be a creative writing major. I hope to get into the writing field pretty soon. Some of my favorite musicians are like the Driver Era, MXM Tune, Harry Styles, Dodie, Billie Eilish. Love them. I also really love musicals. I love Hamilton and Heathers and Six and Hadestown. Those are my top four. I also really love Julie and the Phantoms. I love One Day at a Time. She-Ra is a pretty good cartoon. The Owl House. Love The Haunting. Victoria is Queen. And I also love The Umbrella Academy. And running theme, one of my favorite movies is Almost Famous because Laurel forced us to watch it. But you know what? It's fine. It was really good. My favorite movie of all time is also Parasite. Love Parasite. I love cinematography. And yeah, that's pretty much about me.
So now that we've introduced ourselves, we should probably talk a little bit about how we met.
Oh,
Just
great
such an
story.
interesting story.
Or maybe it's
So
maybe it's a classic, horror story about why you shouldn't let your children on the internet.
could be.
Definitely, especially with me and Jazz.
Oh my god, the story of how Jenna and I met is one for the books.
Jenna and Jas met before I met them, so I'll let them take over on that one.
Yes, Jenna and I met in June, or was it June or July? I think it was no, it was
June.
July.
No, it was June.
Was it June?
Yes, because you met a certain someone we don't talk about
Yeah.
anymore in June.
All right. No, I met him in July. I met him July 24th.
I
Okay,
love that you remember.
Well, why wouldn't I remember?
It's
okay,
just too
no, but
funny.
here, okay, no, his book got released in June, but we started talking before you guys actually met him.
Okay, so basically summer of 2016. I think they can pick up on what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
Jenna and I had this mutual friend, love her to death, and she was in a group chat. She was in a group chat with you, Jenna, right?
Yes.
And then one day I got a text from this friend, and she was like, "Oh, do you want to join our group chat?" And I was like, "Okay, sure," because I was 12 years old at the time, 12, and I was like, "Okay, sure, sounds or no, yeah, I was 12." And so I joined this group chat, and lo and behold, Jenna was in it.
Hell yeah.
And we don't talk about what the group chat was talking about. It was related to the Driver Era, or at the time they were R5. And
Yeah,
Jenna and I,
basically, we all met on Stan Twitter for R5, who is now the driver era.
so that's the obvious trend among all of
Yeah,
us.
so,
Right.
like, and then later, a couple years later in 2017, Jas was starting a group chat for R5 Stan Twitter, and I retweeted it, and I got put into the group chat, and the rest was history. I think we've talked every day, pretty much all day since 2017,
I
the
think
three of
we
us.
have to. But you can't just say I created a group chat and leave it at that.
You're right, because you almost died.
I created a group chat on Twitter specifically because I was about to be hospitalized and I didn't have I my friends like weren't responding to me, like my friends I went to school with, because it was late at night. So I was like, okay, let's see if I have any luck on Twitter. And I did have luck.
Yeah, you
Or
met me. You're so blessed.
maybe
Yeah.
bad luck.
I remember this happening because everyone in the chat was like, "Oh my god, Jas, are you okay? Jas, are you okay?" And I was like the one person in there that's just like, "Oh yeah, she has a president for this. This is normal."
Jenna was fed up. She was like, "It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's
It's
move
fine,
on."
Jenna's just been fed up with me since the day we met.
I
basically.
feel the same way, honestly.
Oh my, shut up. I am being attacked in a public forum.
And it's fine.
It's
So that's how we met. Twitter. That's the horror story of the internet. Don't let your kids on the internet.
right.
So let's just get into it. You know what we're here for.
Mm-hmm. So
Ah,
first topic, we have, the elephant in the room. New Music Friday.
best
Why
day
is
of the
that the
week,
elephant?
always.
Okay.
I thought
You
somebody
both
was talking.
you both talked at the same time, and I didn't hear what either of you said.
Why is New Music Friday the elephant in the room?
Oh, because I don't know.
Do you not know what that phrase means?
What that phrase.
I think Jazz just says things and is like, yeah, that's good,
I hope they stick.
basically.
No one will
So
like pay
yeah.
close of attention to what I said.
We don't
So
listen to
anyway,
what you say.
New Music Friday, best day of the week. Much to discuss here.
We have,
I I would like to start it out because this is a quick subject. I would like to start with Harry Styles. Have
obviously.
either have either of you listened to the song he just wrote?
No.
Okay, so he wrote a song called Changes for this artist, Cam Country, and shit, it's so good and it is sad. It's very relatable to people who live in like small towns. Let me just read some. Oh, I was just listening to it, so it's already up. Let me just read some of these lyrics to you. And his whistling is still on the track. Let's see. So the chorus is so good. It's about like someone's fallen in love in a backseat, giving it away like their hearts won't ever break. God bless the young hearts sipping cheap wine, getting drunk with their friends for the first time, thinking nothing's gonna change till everything changes. It's like a little depressing, honestly. But it's fine. And then the part that I felt like was most relatable was about how people never leave when they live in a small town. And, I live in a small town. My town is 1 square mile, and everybody here knows everybody and never ever leaves. It's like generations upon generations that live in the same houses. And so the lyrics are they never leave. They're all having babies now, watching daytime TV, living off the gossip of a cruel small town. So I go because I don't want to feel like you don't know me anymore. And it's just so good. You should check it out. Honestly, it's such a good song. Very country, but I will force you to listen to it anyway.
I feel like whenever Harry Styles creates any piece of media, I need to prepare myself to just be absolutely heartbroken.
Yeah, basically. He's just too good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He can't.
Like the Golden
It's,
music video that just came out. Still
oh,
not
it's so
over it.
good. I made his necklace that he wore in the Golden music video in 2 hours. Like, the video dropped, I was at Michael's in 20 minutes later.
You were. You did.
I was
Really
ready.
surprised.
I love Harry Styles so much. That's my man.
Speaking of the Golden music video, disclaimer, I actually haven't watched it, but I've seen like all of the clips of it. I
Jenna!
know. I
Jenna,
know.
how dare you call yourself a friend to not only Laurel, but to all of your Harry Styles friends? What? Where am I going
What
with
are
this?
you
Anyway,
saying?
No.
I don't know what I'm saying. And you haven't watched the Golden music video despite the fact that I literally tweeted 20 times about it?
Yeah, basically. But anyway, back to my point about the Golden music video. I was laughing really hard on TikTok because the girl Brittany Brocksky or something.
Oh my god,
Brodsky?
yes, I love
Yes.
her.
So,
I saw this.
anyway, she made a video of her reacting to it, and it's of her
It's so
really
funny.
close to her TV with the Golden video playing, and it's like silence, and then immediate just screaming, and I was laughing so hard at it because I didn't see it on her account. I saw
Yeah,
it on the official Harry Styles account on TikTok, and
I know. They
everyone was
reposted
losing
it.
it.
I
Oh my
literally,
god, it was so funny. I love that video of her. I saw it on her account, and then I saw that they reposted it, and then one of my friends, Haley, she texted me, and she was like, we should recreate this.
Of course,
no,
of course.
that video, Jenna, I literally,
I
okay,
know.
that was my A-push teacher if he's listening, which I know he's not, but I muted him to watch this video. I muted him. I clicked
I
mute.
made my mom watch it with me. She was like working from home, and I made her take her lunch break. And I put it on the TV.
That's a mid though. Karen is real tired of you.
Oh, she 100% is. My mother is tired of me at all times.
I am too.
But more new music that came out. Ariana Grande's album came out last night.
Oh my god, yes,
Edition.
let's talk about this.
Let's talk
Let's
about
get
it.
into it. I want to get into it because it
Alright,
is a masterpiece.
Okay, first things first. What are everyone's top threes?
My top three is, last night after I listened to it, I had a different top three than I do now. I still love Just Like Magic. That's in my top three because it's all about like manifesting and shit like that, and that's like my whole vibe. I think POV has definitely come into my top three because like I'll get into that in a minute. And then my other one in my top three is probably Off the Table.
Oh.
I like Off the Table a lot.
My top three, and I honestly, this might change as I keep listening, but as of right now, is 3435.
That one just didn't hit the same for me, you know?
I just really like, I don't know.
No, I could see how people like it.
POV, naturally, because it's amazing.
Yeah,
And
we're going to have to talk about that. Oh, no. Motive is good.
Motive, I really like it because I don't know. I like when I hear that song, I picture that one TikTok of the girl where she's dancing a Jenny from the Block while she's rollerblading.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I picture.
Also, Doja Cat, just anything she does is so good.
Exactly. We talk about her music 24/7.
Yeah, because she's great.
She is.
Jenna, top three?
Okay. I just listened to the album once, like right before we started, so my top three hasn't really cemented yet, but I really like 3435. I think that's a really good song. I also really like Motive. It just hits different, and Doja Cat hits different. And I also really do love POV. It's just really cute, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I really want to talk about POV. I've got some thoughts.
POV is just, but then also, can we give some credit to Love Languages or Love Language?
Oh,
I think
Love Language is so good. That was in my top three last night. It's so unique.
Oh, that one when I first heard it, it made me tear up because I was like, oh.
Mm.
See, for me, the song that made me tear up was POV, and I'll tell you why. I think that that song is probably, in an untraditional way, one of the best like love songs ever written. Because like when you listen to it, it has the perfect tone like for a love song, and just think about it personally, like if someone sang that song or wrote that song for you, like that's like the best compliment ever, because it's like I want to see me how you see me, because you see the best parts of me and the worst, and you still think I'm great. You know?
Yeah, like that song, it just, oh, it literally, still the first time I listened to the album, I didn't realize I had shuffle on Spotify.
Yeah.
So that was the second song I heard.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic."
It's beautiful, really.
Like, oh, it gave me like the same like feeling of like, "Oh my god," like the first time I heard Ghostin',
Mhm.
which if you know anything about me, you know that's one of my favorite Ariana Grande songs of all time.
Right. Heartbreaking song.
It literally gave me like that same feeling of like, "Oh my god," like I feel like her emotion and I feel like the same way, or not even close like the same way, but like I feel the emotion she wants me to feel.
Right. Yeah, that song, it's beautiful, honestly. Like, and really looking at the lyrics, it's like, wow, that's like a real pure like love, you know?
Yeah.
I just I love that song.
Yeah, like when I listen to music, I just like put it on and it's in the background. Sometimes I like try to listen intently, but most of the time I don't because my attention span is just terrible. But like when I was listening to the album, I just had it. I was scrolling through Instagram, and POV was like that one song that like pulled me out of that stupor where I'm like, oh, the chorus. I'm like, damn, I feel that. And I just really started listening intently. And it's like one of those songs that just like pulled me out of my literal like daydream. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I honestly think that's probably the best song off the album. It's so good. I could go on about this song forever, but I also really want to talk about just the single, the first single, Positions, so the title track. It's
Position. Oh my
so
god.
good.
It definitely, because like right when she announced that Positions was gonna, like, that was the name of the first single and that was the name of the album, I just saw like hundreds of tweets literally just being like, oh my god, so Positions, it's about sex. And I was like, okay, like, all
Mhm.
right. But then when we heard Positions and like it was like the title track, it just took like in a completely different direction. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's such a good song. It has like the perfect vibe, and like I feel like it was the perfect like first single off the album, because it really like prepared you for what was to come, and it's just the video was great too.
Ariana Grande for president, like,
Absolutely.
Ariana Grande does not disappoint.
she never does.
I wanted to say too that Safety Net and Nasty was co-written by Leon Thomas III, who's Andre on Victorious.
For real, I didn't know that. I love
Yeah,
He is writing bops.
yeah. He's always made bops. I always loved him on Victorious, and even like his work after was always so good. So I'm glad to see that he wrote on this album, because he's so
Mhm.
talented.
he should be a lot bigger than he actually is right now.
He
No, you're
should. Like,
absolutely right.
he deserves to be a household name. Like, he is
I
so good.
Also, I always thought that he was one of the best characters and had one of the best voices, like on Victorious.
He did. As long as we can all agree that Tori Vega did not deserve the hype that she got,
No,
It's true.
obviously she didn't. I, my favorite characters were Andre and Jade.
as it should be. Like, as everyone's should be.
Like,
Andre,
I feel like Andre was underappreciated on the show.
he
He was.
was.
Like, I really feel this way strongly.
He did the most.
Like,
I was
he carried it,
He
if
did.
we're being honest. Speaking of speaking of shows, let's segue a little into the next topic. Um, you all are aware how much I love to be in pain.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I love to put myself through emotional pain.
Mhm.
So I did. I decided that it was the best thing I could possibly do to watch a show that I know is canceled and that will never be finished or get a second season. I was like, this is what I need to spend my time on. So I started watching The Society. Have either of you watched it?
I watched half of it.
Did you see
And
any of
then
it, Jenna?
I have not.
So, Jazz, you've seen some of it.
I've seen some of, like, emphasis on some.
Right. But, like,
But, like,
you have an idea of who the characters are.
yeah, like, I know, like, there's, like, the blonde one, and then the guy, the one defining scene that I always think of when I think of The Society is the scene with the rich white kid, the guy, where he's in the bathroom
Yeah.
and he's, like, doing coke, and someone knocks on the door, and he just pours the coke into his drink.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
That
Yeah.
scene lives in my head rent-free for some
That
reason.
guy, his name is Harry.
Yes, him. And
Okay.
he's like dating or dated the one girl with cancer.
So that, with cancer.
Does no one have cancer in this show? Did I make that up?
You made that up.
Did I invent that?
Inventing.
Yeah, you're inventing.
I'm inventing.
No one has cancer.
Okay, I thought someone's sick.
She has a congenital heart disease, but they are not friends.
That's what it was. So, yeah, I was gonna say someone's sick with like some terminal illness.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm about to give some spoilers, so I hope you don't plan on finishing it.
I don't plan on finishing it, honestly.
Okay.
No.
So, the guy that you're talking about, Jazz, is kind of what I'm here to talk about.
Right.
So, we all in this chat know my type is the same. White boy, brown floppy hair, you know.
The Ortega print.
Literally. I like the same people, look like every other bitch. So there's two characters. I'm on episode 9, so, like, I didn't finish it yet, so I don't know how things, like, play out. But last night, I got up to episode 6, and there were these two guys in it that I thought were super hot. Harry, who is the one Jazz, and then the other one was Grizz. Do you know who that is?
Oh my god, yeah, he's the gay one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
yes.
So I thought they were both really hot. And, like, in the beginning, they don't say, in the, like, first 3 episodes, it's, like, not clear that Grizz is gay. So I'm like, and Harry is kind of a dick. Like, he's an asshole. But I'm sitting here watching this show, and I'm like, oh my god, like, Harry is so hot. Like, I know he's a dick. And I'm sitting there trying to justify all this bullshit he does because he's hot. And meanwhile, there's Grizz, a perfectly better choice who doesn't do anything wrong in the show right there. So I get up to, like, episode 5, and there was, like, some implication that Grizz was gay in episode 4, I think, but I just ignored it. I don't know what I did. I just didn't register it in my mind. So then I get up to episode 5, and I finally have myself convinced. I'm like, okay, Laurel, like, you can't sit here and justify Harry because he's hot. Leave him, like, focus on something else. So I finally get my mind to focus on Grizz, and I'm like, okay, he's the one that I want to, like, because in my head, these two guys, I wanted them to date, like, the main girl in the show, because I wanted some romance in this goddamn show, because there's nothing. So I finally get myself thinking, like, okay, Grizz is the good option. And, like, they have scenes together that seem like they could, like, be something, whatever. And then in episode 6, I guess, I'm finally like, all right, it's Grizz. And then he just, like, looks at one of the guys, like, this way, and I stopped it, and I was like, that was a little gay. I was like, that's gay. And then 2 minutes later, it's revealed that he is actually gay, and I was like, fuck, so now I can't root for him to be with this girl. I gotta go back to the asshole. And I think that's a good summary of not just the society, the show, but of this society we live in. Because here I am.
Hide it back.
Because here I am with the perfectly good option, but he's gay. Like, he doesn't do anything wrong. He's so nice. He, like, protects the people in the town. But he's gay. And then there's this hot asshole who just, like, does, like you said, does coke in the bathroom, causes this other girl to get killed, like, is just a raging asshole, like, wants to overthrow the women because he feels threatened by them. And I'm just like, you know what? There's some redemption there, but there's just not. Like, I need psychological help. Someone counsel me.
You do need a lot of help. Like, a lot. Like not like a normal amount, like, a lot.
I know. I'm well aware of this. It's just, I can't.
I really don't know where I thought this conversation was gonna go, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, this was like, I thought she was gonna be like, oh, you know, I thought somehow, oh my god, what's his name, Billy? I thought he was gonna somehow tie back into this, because she was like, oh, like, you know, he's in this show I started watching, so I thought...
Who the fuck is Billy?
Billy Crudup!
He's not in that.
The literal, like, love of your life that you talk about 24/7, who's
No,
Billy?
He was
No,
in the
I
movie.
know he was in the movie I was watching. He's not in the Society. I wish Billy Crudup was in the Society.
I thought you meant that he was in the show you were watching, but you were having, like, two separate conversations.
No, he was not. Billy Crudup was not in the Society, but I wish he was. He was in the movie I watched yesterday. It's not a random movie. It won Best Picture.
What movie was it?
It's Spotlight. It won in 2016.
Oh, okay.
It's about, like, the scandal of the Catholic Church.
Yes, I remember hearing about it.
Which one? There's like 10 million.
In Boston, when, like, it was first breaking, that, like, it was the first story that really broke about, like, the abuse of priests, like, priests abusing kids.
It's like the main one.
Yeah, like the main one.
Scandal.
And Billy Crudup, who I love, was kind of an asshole in that movie.
Oh.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's just a character. Oh, Jesus. So that's what I wanted to add about the Society. If anyone else out there feels my pain, please let me know so we can form a support group.
Speaking of support groups that need to be formed, Julie and the Phantoms.
Oh my god.
Okay. There's a lot to talk about. Where should I start?
I feel like start at the very beginning.
There's much to unpack here. Yeah, start at the beginning when I made you guys fucking watch it.
Okay, so back in September, it was September 21st, we got a text from Laurel. I should pull it up. But we got a text from Laurel, and she was watching this new show called Julie and the Phantoms. I'm gonna pull up the exact text that she put up, that she gave us. Alright, September 21st, at around 9 p.m. California time, around midnight Laurel time. She goes, I have an announcement. Another simp-worthy man. You're so dramatic. Another simp-worthy man has entered my life.
Is that really what I said? Oh my god.
That is exactly what you said, word for word.
Oh my god, wait, it is what you said.
I'm so fucking dramatic. Holy shit.
You literally, oh my god. The way you described him afterwards.
Do I even want to know?
We'll get to it.
It's so bad.
Oh god.
But anyway, she said that. And then she proceeded to say, and he is a more attainable celebrity than the previous celebrity men I simp for. I will send a picture.
Oh my god, we cannot put that in.
I think we should.
We should, it would be funny.
You said he's not famous enough.
Well, he is now.
No, he wasn't then. He had like 300,000 followers then?
381,000 followers. That was Laurel's exact text. See, he has only 381,000 followers. So in my head, that makes him more attainable.
I don't know what goes through my head when I speak. Well, because like other men, like David Dobrik that I simmed for, Ross Lynch, Harry Styles, Timothy Chalamet, they're all like in the 10 millions. So
So
it's not
you
justified, but it is.
you looked at that 381,000 and went attainable.
Well, yeah, because in my head, like my cousin Emily, she has 150K, so I'm like, it's not that far off, and she's attainable. Like she replies to shit, you know.
Yeah,
But
but
she's
like
my cousin. I know.
she's your cousin.
Yeah, but like I see her, like how she interacts, like she, you know, she like comments back to people, like she sees everything. So in my head, I was like, yeah, that's fine.
You just said he wasn't famous.
You really?
Well, you know,
Anyway,
he's
but
hot.
anyway,
Okay.
you sent a picture of Charlie into the chat, and you just went, "His name is Charlie." And I had responded, "Where did you find
Oh
this man?"
my god. Oh,
I was just like, "Where did you find this man? I've seen him before." Because at this point, I had been following Jeremy Shada, who is also in this show that Charlie is in. And I have known him from his previous work on Adventure Time and Voltron. And then Laurel just goes, "Well, you see." She
oh
was
my
like,
god.
many of my childhood crushes, he was brought to me by Kenny Ortega.
Is that what I said? Oh my god.
Yes, Laurel, this is what you said. I have the conversation pulled up right now.
I
That
can't
is what you
believe
said.
I can't believe I say these things and I just get away with it. Like, fuck.
Yeah, like a Jazz, you say things and then you don't think about it.
You don't realize that they're gonna come back to bite you one day.
I just don't realize what comes out of my mouth sometimes.
And
Like,
this is why I have the brain cell.
why didn't I just send a text like, oh, we should watch this show? Like, there's someone hot in it. Like, why did I have to, like, bring
No,
it?
no, that is never how those conversations start.
Oh my god.
It's always like, "Guys, I have found this show. There is a very hot man in it, and I will make him mine."
That is how it goes.
Oh my
It's
god.
insane.
I should
I'm
be.
sorry, I'm not to like completely interrupt this, but I'm looking at the picture that Laurel sent of Charlie initially, and I'm just his ankle. I just oh my god, his ankle in it is like completely turned.
What picture did I send?
It's the
I
picture of him
I
playing
think I
the
know.
piano.
The
Yeah,
one
that's
of
what
him
I
kneeling
thought.
at the piano.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but that's usually how those conversations start. Whereas, like, I have found this new show that is very good, and the main guy character is very attractive. I will make him mine.
I just let things take over my life so easily, like that. I just need to announce it. I need to make
Yeah.
its presence known.
And
Oh my god.
if it's not that, it's going to be, "Guys, I have found this show, and I emotionally relate to the female main character, and she is really."
Okay.
I felt that in my chest. How many times has Laurel said that? Oh my god. I think
Listen,
that's how she introduced Almost Famous to us, that she relates to Penny Lane on an emotional level.
I
Yeah,
think that is what I said, but
yeah.
why are we counting?
Another example is High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh my god, her and Nene. She never talks about how. Oh my god, I'm such a Nene. I relate to Nene so much. Oh my god, have you? It's like shut up.
Just, if
Okay,
we
wait.
want to go there, we can go there.
Okay, but can we acknowledge that, like, a month after she watched High School Musical, the musical, the series, she goes into the group chat and texts, "Guys, I completely forgot about this, but I auditioned for High School Musical, the musical, the series for Nene."
I did. I did.
And
That is
we
something
just
that
never
happened.
brought it back up.
I forgot about
Just
that.
bring it back up.
Listen, my life is kind of crazy. Things happen to me, and I say them, and that's it.
You're like the epitome of that TikTok audio where it's like, it all started when my mom met my dad. They fell in love and they had me. Hi, my name's Ryan, and my life is kind of crazy.
I mean, just think about some of the crazy shit I've come into that group chat with and just said and then left.
I personally like when your stories start off with, okay, I can talk about this because the statute of limitations has ran out.
Oh my god. Well, that's one time. It was one time.
Hey
You've
guys,
said it 2 or 3 times.
you said it multiple
3
times
times? What?
You've said it multiple times.
at least.
It must have been the same story.
Hey guys, I just met Niall Horan for free.
Oh, funny. Oh my
I,
god.
Hey
I
guys, I'm
did.
in New Jersey right now and I'm talking to the Los Angeles Police Department.
Hey guys, I just accidentally ended up in New York.
Oh my god.
That's happened multiple times too.
That was so, how she was just...
You weren't even supposed to go to New York. You were supposed to be in South Jersey.
Yeah, and I got lost and I ended up in Staten Island. Yeah, wow. I don't
There was
know
a
what
point to this
happened.
conversation.
Julie and the Phantoms.
Anyway,
Julie and the Phantoms. So yeah, that happened, and Laurel's just like, guys, I've watched this show 3 times already. I need someone to watch it with me. And then finally, Jas watched it with her like 2 days later. I was like, Laurel, I'll watch it with you on Saturday. And then they watched the entire show. And Jas comes into the group chat just screaming, 7 more seasons! 7 more seasons! Because it's true, we need seven what? 7 more seasons. Kenny Ortega, I'm telling you. And then finally, on Saturday, I watched it. 7 more seasons. I need it. And you know what? As a result, as a joke, I went, guys, I'm going to take over Julie and the Phantom's TikTok. And they were like, okay, Jenna. So I made a few TikToks. They did pretty well. Like, what? 5,000 views. Then all of a sudden, I made one of me lying on the floor with the disco filter. It wasn't even an impressive angle. It's just me straight up on the floor. And suddenly the views were climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. I was just like, oh, okay, it's been 6 hours and I have over 10,000 views. Guys, I'm famous. I did it. And that was the running joke for a while. And it kept growing. And I've just seen that my most popular TikTok has broken 200K. So that's fun. And then one day, I'm vibing on the phone. I'm discussing the ballot because I'm 18. I'm a registered voter. Vote. And I'm looking through my notifications because there's 10 million of them and I like looking at them. And I see this little check mark. I'm been distracted. But I see this little check mark in my notifications and I'm like, okay, what other random person has stumbled upon my videos now? And then I look at the username and for a moment I'm in disbelief. Surely it is not. And then I click on the profile. And who is it? Other than Mr. Charles Jeffrey Gillespie himself.
Nothing like Chipotle giraffe.
Cha- Chaplain Joffrey, you know? I almost fell off my bed. My friend on the phone, Miss Amelie, we love her, just goes, what happens now? And at this point, I'm just repeating and repeating and repeating, this is a joke, this is a joke, this is a joke. And she's like, what happened? And then I sent in the screenshot to our group chat. I was just like, guys, look who's in my notifications. A FaceTime call almost immediately started, and it was an hour of straight screaming.
it was also the first time we were all on the same call at the same time.
I
Yeah.
think it's also important to note that really weird thing that happened with me. I was laying in my bed. I wasn't like, when you're just like laying there and like, but you're not there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, something is stopping me from going to sleep, and it's related to Charlie Gillespie.
That's weird.
Like I had no clue what it was, didn't know what was happening. And so I was like, I have to check my phone. Something is telling me I have to check my phone. I have to check my phone. Something just happened with Charlie Gillespie, and I open it to 100 text messages of just straight screaming.
Mhm.
The
It's crazy. I mean, like, yeah, that shit's crazy. Things just happen, and we're all just kind of there to accept them.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like, all right, cool.
All right, cool.
So now
And then,
Jenna is famous.
yeah, I'm famous. And let's not forget that not even 24 hours later, I was also on TikTok, and Miss Madison Reyes herself was in my notifications.
She
I'm like,
was.
okay, I'm taking over. I
It's
am
iconic.
taking over. And then just
Iconic.
yesterday, remember I posted this one TikTok about Maddie bullying Charlie because it's all she does and it's all I want to do. And literally 8 minutes after I posted it, who is in my comment section other than Ms. Madison Reyes once again?
icon level, like just
I
icon level
mean,
here.
besties. You're besties.
We're
Like, it's
making
just,
it happen.
it's crazy. It's just crazy.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. Oh. Should we talk about Almost Famous? I feel like we should.
Not this again.
It's just so good. I really want to watch it right now. It's just so good. Like, come on.
It is a really good movie. If you haven't watched it yet, you need to watch it.
Watch
It's
it.
it's got a great cast. It's got some great music. It's if you have watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. But the bus scene when they're on the tour bus with Tiny Dancer playing, that is, I think, the best scene in cinema history. Nothing gives quite the serotonin boost as that scene. Am I right, ladies?
You are very much correct.
The road trip scene, if you know, you know.
Oh my god. We can't get into this right
You
now.
know.
We cannot get into this at this very moment in a public setting.
Listen, we're not gonna get into it, but if you know, you know.
Oh dear God. Anything else we should be adding? I feel like we should go a little bit longer.
Let's talk about. I can't say that.
Yeah, whatever you're about to say, don't say it.
Let's talk. No.
No, let's not. I don't trust you in the edit.
Let's talk about Untitled Chapter.
No, cut it. We cannot. We have to limit ourselves in what we say. Let's talk about manifestation because I'm about to be doing some rituals in my room after we do this.
Because tomorrow's Halloween.
We stand.
Well, yeah. At the time of recording this, tomorrow will be Halloween, and it is
upload yesterday was Halloween,
and it is a full blue moon. This happens never. It never happens really. And that is insane. And of course it would happen in 2020. I mean, I'm just saying it's a Taurus full moon, blue moon, and the energy is going to be fucked up. And so I went to the store today, the spirituality store. I got all my like candles for my stuff I'm going to do. I got some other stuff that I needed. So tonight, like, there's one that's really good to do, like, right before the full moon. And it's like you get a spell candle that matches, like, the color matches what you're trying to manifest. So, like, pink for love, yellow for like courage, happiness, like things like that. So you put the candle in like a little holder, and then you have a rose petal, and you write on the rose petal like what you desire as if it's already happened. And then you burn the rose petal in the candle. You put the like burned petal into a cup of salt water, then you like mix it up, and you like dump it out in your garden or in plants. And then it's supposed to work like really well. Apparently, like a lot of people who do it have had their manifestations come in like hours, days, and so I figured tonight would be good because the energy of the full moon is basically here. Okay, I'll keep going if you want.
I was about to say we stand. Okay.
But make sure you're manifesting what you need, ladies.
Yeah, manifesting is fun.
Also, on my manifestation journal that I use every night, I put 3 crystals on it in the same spot every night, like after I manifest. And for the past 3 days, the same crystal has been moved off my journal. No one comes in here during the day, like my door has a lock on it. There's nothing that could possibly move this crystal. And every night when I come into my room, it's moved off of where I put it. And I know exactly where I put it because I put it on the same like spot every night. There's something marking where I put it on the book. And it has been moved every single night for the past 3 nights. Like, what do you think that is?
Signs.
Did
I
you
just
say the past
don't like.
3 nights?
Yeah, the past 3 nights, and it's not
Ma'am,
moved tonight.
ma'am,
I know 3 is like the divine number. It's my lucky number. It's always been my lucky number.
which crystal was it?
It's this like it's a pink opal, which is like for
This is the
create.
pink one?
Yeah, the pink one. It's for like creativity, imagination, like love, like all this stuff.
You know what that means.
I
You know,
know.
you know.
I know. I've been getting so many signs recently. It's just insane. Like that something is coming, and things have been manifesting for me. Things I can't talk about, but it's just crazy. And it's crazy that like something I manifested. I started manifesting last year in a different journal, and on I think it was October 12th, which is a day I historically have bad luck on. I manifested that I was going to get something, and then October 12th of this year, so one whole year later, that thing actually manifested itself on the same day, which I usually have bad luck on, but it like is turned around. I don't know, like shit has been crazy this past month with all that. If anyone out there is spiritual and has answers, please, please help me. Also, I have the Journey of Love Oracle deck, and I've been doing like soulmate spreads, whatever, and even just like a 1 card pull, and every single time the heaven card, which is card 70, flies out. I have not been able to get any other card than this card. I've cleansed the decks, like it's insane. I don't know why I can't. Like I need help. Someone help me, please.
Yeah, you need like multiple kinds of help at this point.
I just need all the help I can get. Simply. I just need like I need mental help, spiritual help. Just help me. I'm suffering.
We stand though.
I mean, yeah, I'll live, but just in pain.
I'm in pain.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I feel. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know we were kind of a mess. It's our first time doing it, but hopefully we'll get better. Hopefully you will subscribe to our channel, leave a like, leave a comment. We're definitely open to discussion. You can follow us for like all the news kind of related to what we're doing on Instagram at incoming.podcast. The same handle also on Twitter TikTok. So you can find us there and keep up with everything we're doing. And you can follow us all on our personal Instagrams, which are in the description below. And actually, Jazz and I both run stores, and they will be in the description below as well. I sell t-shirts, and Jazz sells earrings and stickers. So you can find all our information below. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.